Warning, this podcast contains the Delaware. Does it contain the Delaware? I don't even know.
It actually doesn't. We're gonna tell
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Sleepy Hollow, Season 3. I almost said 13. Season 3, Episode 17.
Wow, what happened?
All of a sudden, time travel. Delaware. I'm your host, Dom. With me, my co-hosts, Kim.
Hi.
And Clio.
Hi.
How's it going?
So I have a funny story about this episode.
Okay.
A couple months ago, I went to Bear Mountain.
Okay.
I stayed at the Bear Mountain Inn. When I hiked up the mountain, got to the top, I chilled out for a little while because I was tired. Obviously, I climbed a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this crew of guys who were working, obviously. And I, in my head, was like, this could be a film crew. They sound like a film crew. I think I was there the same week they shot this episode.
Wow. How long ago was this?
A month or two months ago?
You probably were.
Yeah. So I was watching this episode, I was like, huh.
Now you really regret not looking into it a little bit more, don't you?
Yeah, well, I had no idea. It was they were talking about clearing logs away or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they were the location scouting crew.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
They filmed sometime that week, because that was my, I left the next morning.
Right. Yeah, so, I mean, out of the potential cast, I think Jenny would have been a possibility that you would have met.
Yeah.
You know, the hidden one, clearly,
Yeah. Pandora.
Daniel.
Danny.
Yeah. But you wouldn't have seen Abby or Crane.
No, because they were somewhere else.
Yeah.
But funny thing, they did not shoot on the Hudson.
Okay.
I can tell you exactly where they shot.
Where did they shoot?
The lake at the base of Bear Mountain. Because it had the shot of them on the boat and then, like, trees and the mountain, and it was covered with snow. That's how I knew it was at the same time, because there was a dusting of snow when I was there.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, you're not on the Delaware. You can't fool me.
That's actually really cool.
Like we
So
know
I was just watching this episode, I was like, holy shit, I was there.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, and they said Bear Mountain. I was like, yep.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of this episode?
It was a good episode.
It was. See, and now, like, I keep saying how much I like the show, but this would be a show that I would binge watch. You know, I wouldn't necessarily watch it week by week if it wasn't for us doing these podcasts and stuff. But it's episodes like this that really make me realize how much I actually do enjoy the show when it's, like, on point like this. You know, I don't want to say... Sorry. When it's good or, anything like that. Because it's always good, but it's not always like this. This was just a really good episode all around. It was very, like, the story was on point. We had, some crazy reveals, and it's incredible setup and for the next episode. And the next episode is actually the finale.
Yeah.
So, we're getting there, and unfortunately, the show still has no word on whether or not it's going to be renewed, and I don't think we're going to get that information by the time our show next week, So we're going to end our podcast next week still in limbo of whether or not the show.
Back.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, but, it was a nice kind of touching moment where, Abby and Crane are crossing the Delaware, quote unquote, and I don't know why, but I'm holding a plastic Easter egg.
Because you can?
Yeah, well, because I did the quotations and then it was in my hand, so I had to
explain.
Yeah.
What the pink ball was in your hand.
Yeah, exactly. Why am I holding this pink ball? No, but like crossing the Delaware, and they're like, look at all these things that we've been through, time travel and this and that, and like they're going through and listing everything, and they're reminiscing over, everybody that they've known, and I was like, this is kind of like a touching ending for like if it was the series,
Yeah. That's true.
You know, like, as long as they don't leave this season ending on, like, a big cliffhanger, like, Abby ends up in hell. You know, like...
Or, I mean, they could do a bit of a cliffhanger if... as long as they wrap up the hidden one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, as long as they don't separate the... Like, if they put Abby on, like, another plane of existence and then end the series, I'm going to be pretty mad.
Yeah.
You know, but if things end and it's just like, oh, there's something else in Sleepy Hollow, that's okay. Because we're just going to assume that there's always going to be something else, you know? Mm-hmm. So, in our minds, it'll just play out, you know, as the show goes. But if they get separated, then we don't get to see the conclusion of this, I'm going to be upset. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe Crane's going to go home. You know, maybe he'll go back to his timeline. Time zone. Yes, that's how time travel works. Everybody goes to their own time zones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for a moment, I literally was ready to, like, have this, like, big, like, I know what's going to happen for the next season, you know, where they're going to cliffhanger. And then it backed out, and I'm like, oh, wait, never mind. Because when Pandora's, like, literally staring into the hourglass, I thought she was going to find a way to take all the power herself, and then she was going to be the big bad.
Mm.
Oh, no, I thought she was going to destroy it, or try to destroy it.
Yeah. I don't know.
She just stared at it a bunch.
She's hungry for power, so that's why I was...
That is true. Team Witness is getting really, really big. Did you notice that? Like, Pandora is technically on the team right now, as much as Jenny doesn't want to trust her. She's technically on the team. And then Daniel just, like, barges in at the beginning, and he's like, well, I figured this is as good a time as any to join the team.
Oh, but the big reveal... Daddy's not so secretive. It's big secret.
Daddy knows everything.
Yeah, Ezra.
Right.
What the fuck, Ezra? Like,
you just came out of left field.
Well, it explains how their mother was put in the situation that she was driven mad by spirits. Like it.
Because they were around him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why he blamed himself? And why he left.
Yeah. It puts a lot of explanation onto Ezra and why he made the choices that he made, and he's in the position that he's in. Yeah, I think that was a great move. You know, he's just like, because he goes to visit Abby's trailer, Joe's there, they're talking, Joe gets turned back into the Wendigo, you know, and that's when Jenny shows up, and then he drops the bombshell on her, and he's like, yeah, that's a Wendigo, and this, and do you know this, all of a sudden, he's like, do you know this prayer or ritual or whatever he called it? And she's like, yeah, and he's like, good girl, and you know, it's just like, what the hell? It was just like so overwhelmed all at once.
I was too. I was sitting there just going, okay, I was like, I gotta rewind this. I don't even know what's going on right now.
Yeah, I did that a couple times too.
You know, it's just really crazy. It's kind of cool to see Ezra, you know, in on all that. And then, you know, I guess technically he's part of Team Witness now.
Oh yeah.
We lost a member though.
We did.
Yeah. Oh my god. I was like, no!
We lost both the Corbin boys.
Yep.
I'm not happy with that whole thing because they were getting like super like lovey-dovey and cute and stuff, and Jenny was breaking out of her shell, and we were seeing a little bit of new, you know, different version of Jenny, and it's all like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
See, and I had actually spoiled this for me before I watched the episode, because I was like, oh, let me just randomly, I was doing some scheduling for our other podcasts and stuff, and I was putting the dates, and I go, and Sleepy Hollow came up as, you know, one of the things, and I just looked and I go, let me see if there's any news on season 4 yet. So I typed it in, and it said, cast member leaving the show, talks about his exit or something like that. So I didn't think it was like a death or a spoiler or anything. Mm-hmm. You know, so I clicked on it because I forgot the show had already aired, you know, for the week. It was like, the show airs on Friday and I read this on Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. And I looked at it and I was like, wait, what? And so I kind of had this big bombshell already ruined for me before I watched the episode.
Dang.
And I mean, I still had no idea that he turned into the Wendigo again, and the Ezra, all that, and how exactly he died. I just knew he died. So seeing, it at the hands of Jenny, nonetheless, was kind of huge deal.
Yeah.
So, but he said he's done for the series. Series. He didn't say season or anything. They weren't talking anything further about next season or anything like that. But
yeah.
Is he going on another project, or we just know he's just done?
He said he's done with the show or whatever. So he didn't mention anything about another project. It was just kind of him like looking back on the show and talking about his time on it and how he enjoyed himself and stuff like that. So it was interesting. But yeah, I think the bigger shock to me of that part, because unfortunately I had that ruined for me, was just the Ezra thing. It's just like I didn't even see that coming.
Oh yeah.
He seemed so like naive and innocent when they were talking, especially when Abby and Jenny sat down, or when Abby sat down and talked to him at the diner. Like, I had no idea.
He seems super normal. Yeah. But though he did start like awkwardly coming around all of a sudden, like a lot more, and it did set up a little bit of a red flag for me a little bit, because it was random. He showed up like random times, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then at the same time, I'm like, oh, so how long is it gonna be before he gets involved too? How long is he? Like, I actually thought he was gonna be the one to die or some shit. Something bad was gonna happen, and I'm like, oh, wrapped up into this shit. There's something on my mic. So I just like looked at my mic and I'm like, what the fuck? So I lost my train of thought there.
At least it wasn't a spider.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
There's a spider on my mic.
No.
Damn, you never want to hear that.
No, they come from the ceiling. They do, and I'm usually doing something, and I'm like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
I've had it happen in the middle of the stream before.
Oh god.
But I think a bigger bombshell to me was Betsy Ross.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I kind of said, I think she's still alive. Like this is something we've gone over a few times now. But
like we did kind of call it at the same time. We're all like, well.
But as much as we've been talking about it, didn't expect it, especially not this episode.
Not like that.
No, because like how long did Abby have to spend in the catacombs, and then
6 months.
Yeah, and here Betsy Ross is in some secret inner chamber, and
she's been there for hundreds of years.
Yeah. Well, she said she felt like she was only there for a couple months before she gave up. So I guess that could have been what happened to Abby. Abby could have given up, laid down, and been catatonic.
Yeah. I mean, she thinks it's still like what, 1776 or 77 or something like that. So
77.
Yeah. Oh, she said what?
1778.
I don't know. She said it was like right after the war. She said it was the new year.
Let's find out.
Are you Googling Betsy Ross to see
Washington
when she was born?
crossing the Delaware is what I'm Googling.
Betsy Ross?
Yes.
Wrist.
Do you really think it's going to come out of there?
Yes.
We're all just like silent.
Yes, I'm Googling Betsy Ross.
Washington crosses the Delaware, December 25th, 1776.
Yeah. So
77.
She said it's got to be the new year by now. It's got to be 1777. And Crane and Abby just kind of like look at each other like.
And then that's the end of the episode. It's like, what?
Oops. Yeah, so.
What?
No, you.
The Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I even at one point called her coming into, like current world.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
They're going to have to bring her back. They're not going to leave her there.
No.
So, here's the question. So, they were talking that someone came back as her, but it wasn't her. So, who was the person that came back?
That's the question, but it might that whoever took Betsy Ross's place might not have came from the catacombs.
Just someone
like she could have been.
Mm-hmm.
So it just some person that decided to steal her identity and live out the rest of her life.
Or Washington to make things seem like they were all hunky dory. Had someone play her.
It's possible.
The rest of her life. Which is a pretty. That's a commitment.
So where was Crane during this time? Like, Crane got the letter that she didn't make it back, but then she did make it back?
No, Crane got the letter that she was going to move on with her life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he also said, like, when she came back, that she wasn't herself. Like, so did he see her when she got back?
I think it was the letter and the fact that she never came to see him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we know now that the sword, Washington used Betsy Ross's sword to get out.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why the sword was there.
Right, which is exactly what I said. Maybe she didn't make it out. Maybe she did it and had to run. For some reason, but she wasn't even there. So that was explained. I thought that was cool. And then the river, the Delaware, turned into the River Styx. At one point.
Yeah. The lake.
Yeah, the Bear Mountain Lake.
Bear Mountain Lake
became the river to hell.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool seeing all the preserved corpses and stuff just thrown around. So I guess actually, now that I'm thinking of it, technically, if they were there scouting for location and Crane and Abby were at the lake, you possibly could have run into them.
That's true.
That's true. So I wonder.
Super fucking funny.
I wonder if the catacombs are on location too.
I don't know of any ancient-looking temples around Sleepy Hollow.
No, the temple could have been photoed in or doctored in or whatever.
You meant the woods.
I meant like the big crater kind of thing, like where the stump and the well and everything were. The well wouldn't be a natural well; it would be something that they put in, but like maybe something that they whitewashed out with color and stuff to get that kind of look. So, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of cool.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. The hidden one got his power now.
Yeah. He's omnipotent now, I guess.
The way he said he wasn't himself. Ow! Sorry.
Wait, he said he wasn't himself?
Yeah, he said that the Forgotten One is gone, and all that's left is his one last wish.
Oh.
So I mean, this is gonna be huge for this last episode now. Like, Crane and Abby are in the catacombs. They gotta assemble Pandora's box. They have to activate whatever to turn on there. But Pandora didn't want to go. Do you think she still has something up her sleeve, or do you think she's being genuine?
I don't know with her.
She had a vindictive look in her eye. I don't think she's leaving until she kills him.
Well, the hidden one, yes, but I mean, do you think she has other plans for the world or the witnesses, or is she still on her own side kind of thing, or is she legitimately teaming up with them to?
Oh no, she's still on her own side.
Yeah.
No.
She doesn't give a shit about much.
So you think she still has some kind of nefarious plan in play?
Yeah, but I'm not sure it goes past killing the hidden one.
I don't think she wants to kill him. She contain him, contain him to the box. She wants to put him in her box. She wants to take all of him in her box.
Not in the good way.
No, definitely not in the good way. So.
Yeah.
It was kind of nice seeing Daniel and Sophie kind of teaming up for a little bit there to set that magic barrier and everything up.
Yeah, I really didn't think that Daniel would work well with the team, but he kind of just did what had to be done.
He does, but we got another big reveal about Daniel too.
Oh, that he's been... It's secret spyings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised he revealed it to her. Like he...
Yeah. He was tasked to watch Abby from the start, and...
Well, I think now that he sees a bigger picture, he...
Who do you think he was tasked by?
Some dude. Someone in the FBI.
I think it was Ezra.
High ups.
I think it's Ezra.
I don't think it's Ezra. Oh, wait, do you think there's like an organization already in place?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, I'm on board.
And I think Ezra's, in some way affiliated with this.
Yeah. Or was affiliated.
Maybe. He has, because he went down there and he had like this freaking, he had like this bomb shelter of shit. And it was like, what the fuck?
And he had a really bad Photoshop picture of the Corbins.
Yeah, it was really bad.
That was like the
that
worst
was Corbin
Photoshop.
And the other guy.
Yeah. Wait, what was Daddy Corbin's name? I only knew him as Corbin. I don't remember. But like he had those files sitting in his desk at the police station. Like they were in his office in a filing cabinet in like some crazy thing, other device that he had in there. So if Corbin was involved in this thing and there is an organization within the FBI and Ezra knew him, I don't see it being much of a stretch that Ezra is involved in this organization as well. Or division or whatever.
I think to be honest, if we do, hopefully when we get another season, let's just go, when we get another season, that they're going to be what comes into play. That they're going to be, I don't know if they're going to be the big evil, because obviously they're not.
Right.
But I definitely see them coming more out into the open. We're going to see more of them. Because we've only seen bits and pieces here and there. I mean, they've been very super secretive. I mean, we've only seen them a couple times. But the couple times we've seen them, it's been this big thing, when we first saw Daniel with the dude, and then when that dude, like, freaking shot, what's his stupid face's name?
I have the perfect name for the organization, too.
Wait. Okay.
Hi.
The Order of Orion. Boom!
They'll name it the Order of Orion, and Orion will never come back.
Probably, because I'm sure the actor's moved on to other things at this point. He's probably not just waiting around for the phone call of, hey, when is Orion coming back on the show?
He's probably he's like, I was just some blip on the show. That made no sense.
So, yeah. And then we did find out the hourglass counting down actually did mean something. It's when he got his power. So, outside of that, anything else you have to talk about for this episode?
Nope.
No. No maple donuts or cappuccino making.
Oh my god, that donut looked amazing.
Oh, that cappuccino!
Oh, what the?
I would have taken the donut and dunked it in the cappuccino.
Tell. Whose face?
I don't know, for a moment it looked like Crane's.
I thought it was Crane's too.
Probably was Crane's face.
And if he did that without a stencil kit, oh my god, that's amazing.
But the donut looked amazing. I wanted the donut.
You wanted the donut. Clio wanted the cappuccino. I probably would have taken the donut and dunked it in the cappuccino. Had the best of both worlds. So it was kind of like a nice touching moment. But then,
can I have Tom and the donut?
Like, I don't like what's happening with Abby. Like, I'm stuck between two guys.
Yeah. Well, well, there's that, right? She's got Daniel and she's got Crane, and Clea, as much as you've been like pushing it away and stuff like that, stuff like the donut and the cappuccino is like,
I know.
That's
why I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I know. So it's stuff that really kind of brings that to light. But now we're doing the same thing again. Like, you have that, but guess what? Crane's got a woman back in his life again. Like, they keep. Every time they get close, they keep getting pulled away at the same time.
But I mean,
like Crane and Betsy, it wasn't just like a little fling.
And fucking
it kind of was.
It was, but it wasn't. It was like he honestly loved her. He had feelings for her, and she disappeared in this mission. And it's like this unresolved relationship that never got to go anywhere because it ended so abruptly, and it wasn't either of their faults,
But okay, can we call the jealousy going in the faces? Freaking Abby does it. You can see Abby's face. She gets all jealousy. And then freaking Betsy Ross there at the end. Who's this bitch?
Yeah, they just
Did you see that? Who's
each other down.
Did you see that face? Literally, that was a who's this bitch face. That's
this
what
is
that
Elizabeth Ross.
I was all like, damn, Betsy Ross, looks could kill shit.
She'd be dead. Yeah. So anyway, next week is called Ragnarok. After a startling discovery, Abby and Crane realize what they must do in order to make Pandora's box complete again.
They have to complete her box.
Meanwhile...
They have to repair her box to completion.
Meanwhile...
Crane's gonna put himself in the box.
Meanwhile, the team works tirelessly to stop the Hidden One before he destroys all of humanity. Can the witnesses succeed with the fate of the world in their hands once again? Do you think they can succeed?
Sure.
I don't think so. I think they're gonna fail.
Well, that'd be a...
I think the Hidden One is gonna just end the world.
Just blows up.
He's just gonna end the world. Show goes black. Series finale. It's over.
And you're like,
Oh well, go home. That's it. No more.
Well,
that would be one. That would be one way to end the show on short notice, knowing that you didn't have another season.
Just
saying.
The world's done. Everyone's dead.
Oh well.
Which, you know, many times I've heard people say that should be the ending to the show, you know, Supernatural, where it's like the apocalypse actually happens and the show ends.
But, everybody's dead.
But honestly, and I'm not gonna ask Clio this question because her opinion doesn't count. But Kim, if you were so invested in a show like that, and they just ended it with something horrible like that, wouldn't you feel cheated? Wouldn't you be disappointed?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not asking Clio. No, because
Clio...
You
don't get to say that I would be disappointed?
No, because Cleo's sick of the show, and that's why she stopped watching it, so I'm expecting her to be like, just end it already and just blow everything up.
No, I mean, okay, so in this instance, that makes me think about, like, Mass Effect, how Mass Effect ended. I mean, everyone was pissed off, and I think part of the reason was because people were like, oh, I didn't get closure, and Shepard's dead, and all this other crazy shit.
Spoilers!
Oh, come on now. Now... The thing is, and unless you got the super special ending and it was right and there's like the whole breathing at the end, whatever the fuck. But the thing, I mean, it's the same concept as I'm like, okay, so you feel like you feel like you don't get closure. You feel like, oh, you know, you're invested in these characters, and they're like, well, then they're just dead, and it's like, But I'm like, they're sacrificing themselves. It was bound to fucking happen. Yes, okay,
well,
so
that's different. If they sacrifice themselves for the greater good and save the world, that's an okay ending. But if they sacrifice or don't sacrifice themselves and the world ends, that's just a really shitty ending.
Yeah, that's something different, exactly.
You know, doesn't matter.
Okay, so they lost and the show's over.
Doesn't matter if the show's been on 3 seasons or 12 seasons. You know, that's just not a good ending.
No.
But, yeah.
Well, here's how I would feel. I would be like, oh, I'm glad I stopped watching.
Yeah, see? See, that's why I didn't ask your opinion, Cleo.
No, but if...
because you did stop watching.
If it ended satisfyingly, I'd be like, oh, well, now I don't feel as, you know, I should have been invested in it.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I've heard, I know this is a different show, but Jared Padalecki said his ideal ending would be like an apocalypse, the apocalypse is happening, and him and Dean just, like, look at each other and go into the back of the trunk and just be like, we got work to do. And the series just ended because that's how episode 1.
Go again.
But that's how episode 1 ended, you know? So it's just, it would be a good, like, throwback kind of thing, you know? It's satisfying because you know they're never going to be done. But anyway, that's a whole nother show.
It's true. That would be a really good ending, being that you're right. They would, literally, as long as they live, they're never going to be done. Yeah.
And which is the exact same case on this show, you know? Like, they have to do something like that. I feel like, you know... Like, I don't know, I'm really hoping that the show does get another season. I'd like a smaller season, though. You know, like, 18 episodes is small compared to, like, a 22 or 23 episode season, but I think the show could survive on... Wasn't season 1, like, a 12 episode season?
Yeah.
It was just short.
TV's weird, and it has these, like, rules it doesn't... Arbitrary rules it doesn't break. No show goes to less amount of episodes. No show does that. I've never seen a show do that.
Warehouse 13 did.
Well, that was just the last season, though, and that was to end it out.
Yeah, the last season sometimes would do that, where it's like, oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like 12 was the perfect number for this show.
Yeah,
and
I agree. But I feel like, people who work in TV are just like, can't go backwards. They'd rather just end a show than cut the episodes.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But, Kim, where can people find you?
On the Twitters at HUFFITY, I'm singing it now, jeez.
Yeah, you really got into it there. Clio, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Clio Moto, where I do not have a song for my name, at Twitter, Twitch, and Pinterest. I've actually been streaming again. Fantastic. Probably tomorrow afternoon.
What have you been streaming?
Stardew Valley.
Oh. You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon.
You can find us all on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Till next week for the finale. We'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I mean, if the show is gonna end, and the series is gonna end, what better place to end than with the episode titled Ragnarok?
Yeah.
That's
the destroyer of worlds.